Welcome back to Pop's Attic. Well, it's official. It's a love affair. So I want to do a little quick review before I box this back up because I don't have a permanent place to set this up and my wife says it's ready to take it out of the gym. So with these classic Marx slot cars, this is the analog set, you've got the Le Mans Start, which is really cool having the cars next to each other as opposed to stacked up one by one behind each other. Here's your banked curve to give you the speed to go over the jump. And then you have a banked split obstacle, which I think is really cool. It's a nice pair to have together. And then as you slide down the track, you come up to the mechanical lap counter. You know I love lap counters, guys, so I gotta have a lap counter. Here is the Sky Driver crisscross jump. Crisscross jump, that's awesome. The car goes from one lane to the other. And then you've got the, what's called the, well, they don't really have a name for this one. I call it the swiggle. And then there's the bump track. It's basically a hill track where the car can get some air, goes into a classic chicane, the squeeze, and there's the crisscross. I'm not a big fan of crisscross tracks because the cars are always beating into each other and I don't like scratches. There's another high bank, and this is a pretty cool section. It's called the turnout and return. It's a manual switch. I think it's the early pit lane, guys. So that's where this came from. If you can get your hands on one of these, it's a classic. A lot of times when a car is going around, when it's going too fast, it flies off. So the early pit lane track is definitely what that is. So isn't this an awesome set? It took 4 sets to get all these track pieces, but I finally got them. So let's see how the car does. Now, as you can see, when it comes up to the jump, you need a little bit of run up. That's why the bank curve is really important. Because remember here, I have this set up on automatic. It's running by itself. I'm not using a speed controller. And that's the great thing about these analog sets from Marx. Because you just set the speed like the old HO and you let them run. You know, modern controllers, you got to keep your thumb on it or your index finger, or you have the computer run it on autonomous mode. So here's the early autonomous mode. Another first for Marx. And you gotta love this sky jump, man. This sky jump is classic with these beautiful cars and also with the Indy open wheel cars that I have as well. And you've seen those in the other videos where I have the electromatic setup with the lane changing, which is an awesome set. So you got 2 types of Marx. You got the analog, and then you got the analog electromatic. So it's just fun, man. I wanted to set up all the obstacles and just let the car run around this morning. And I got them all working. I'm psyched. I am really psyched that everything worked well on autonomous mode. Well, at least that's what I'm gonna call it now. So as you see here, when it goes into the pit lane, you gotta slow down going into the pit. So it's a little bit too much for the car when it's set up on autonomous. You might get 1 out of 4 times through. So I just threw the switch back and let the car buzz through straight on. So yeah, just really a ton of fun. I mean, look at that little wiggle obstacle. And to set your speed right, to get over the jump and then get through the wiggle without flying off and then go into the hill track where the car can get a little bit of air and then right into the chicane. Awesome, awesome layout. Ton of fun. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember, it's a Marx set. And always remember to never stop being a kid.